Cements came out with a very disappointing set of numbers, and it really was a top-down miss. The disappointment started from the top, and in fact it trickled down right till the lower part of the numbers. On the top line, we did see a big miss. That's primarily because we did see the volumes coming down by close to around 9.5%, came in at around 5.07 million tons. We were working with a number of around 5.4 million tons. One of the lowest estimates on the street were at around 5.2 million tons. So that was clearly disappointing. Realizations as well did come down by close to around percent, but that was more or less in line with what the street was expecting. Weak realizations is what we are working with, and the management says that besides North India, other regions in the country, they did see pricing pressure. If you take a look at the EBITDA per ton as well, that came in at roughly around 443 rupees per ton. So that's a sharp decline on a year-on-year basis as well as on a sequential basis. And a couple of expenses were there really did stand out. The other expenditures jumped up by close to around 20% on a sequential basis, mind you. And also the power and fuel costs did increase by more than 20% on a sequential basis. Just take a look at the EBITDA per ton and what they have been doing in the last few quarters. This EBITDA per ton that they've delivered of around 440 rupees, that's a sharp decline from the 670 rupees that we saw just in the last quarter. And on a year-on-year basis as well, we were working with an increase. Unfortunately, over there as well, there is a bit of a decline from around 470 rupees. That's what led the operating margins to come in at roughly around 10.8%. We were working with an expansion actually of around 13%, and profitability on the back of a poor operational performance did come in much lower than what we were estimating. In fact, it came in at a measly 82 crores. Part of it really was because the tax rate as well was relatively higher at around 34% in comparison to around 25%. Short point, valuations are relatively cheap, but with this kind of a performance really, the street wasn't enthused by any stretch of imagination.